Mic's on. Hello, X-Wing players, and welcome to the final round of the SoCal Hyperspace trial, coming to you live from Riverside, California, aka the Sticks. Sponsored by GMI Games and hosted by Warlock Squadron and yours truly, Michael Deegan. And with me is two-time Rivco champion and top 16 place player Trevor Betts. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Also part of the Inland Empire Aces podcast, right?
Yep, same with Mitch here on the right.
That's right. So let's talk about our players in the finals here. I will take Ryan on the left. We just saw him in the top 4 round. He's got what he's calling Republic pork or possibly Swedish pork. We're going with a meat theme to go with the Rebel beef. He's got Sinker in an Arc, Luminara in a Jedi Starfighter with R4 Astromech, and 4 Gold Squadron Troopers. And it did quite a number on Sean McCord's Rebel Beef earlier. And on the right, we've got Mitch Robb with
4 Star Vipers. They're the Black Sun Assassins with Crack Shot. So they're the I3 Star Vipers. They're all identical. They're 49 points each, so the list comes out to 196. Mitch does this opening quite a lot. If you take a look at the rocks, you see the L. I don't know if you have a drawer or anything on this one.
No, nothing like that.
But the 3 in the right hand corner on Mitch's side, the 2 rocks and the gas cloud, I'm sure he placed those. He's going to turn in that corner and kind of do like the 4 Phantom with the barrel roll, just staying in that corner and coming back. Ryan didn't take the bait, it looks like, so I think it's going to be quite a while for us to see combat.
Yes, they're gonna dance around for a little bit and try and drive me nuts trying to keep track of all these ships. What'd I ever do to you guys? And yes, I'm now realizing for you, those of you at home, that this is probably a 2-hour match, so I'm going to adjust the timer here in a moment.
I don't think Charles is making it 2 hours.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's not a requirement anymore.
Okay.
I can go check though.
Sure. So Mitch already has his dials down. We are already moving into the second.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, it's 75 minutes.
Okay.
We will be here forever if it was old school rules with those 2 lists.
Yeah. And Ryan, I think, has 1 more red die for the final salvo.
For the final salvo. These guys make me keep track of their ships that long. I'm going to maybe catch them in the parking lot. Get myself a World's invite.
So Mitch actually just beat off screen in his top 4 match Rebel Beef, the typical Braylon, 10 nub, Cassie, and the same one you guys saw in your top 4 match that was on stream.
Yep.
Beat him the very last shot of the game. He was about to lose by 1 point and was able to finish off 10 nub.
Yeah, after our match that we were recording ended, and we went over, and it really the feeling around the table was that Mitch had already lost, but apparently he swung in the last bit. Very exciting. And then before that, Mitch knocked out Warlock Squadron's bright shining hope, Enrique Benitez, and his 2 Jedi 2 torrent list. Mitch, we will never forgive this betrayal.
Yeah, Mitch won that in a final salvo because they both
That
killed 50.
is correct. And that was interesting to watch. Mitch had 12 dice because he had all 4 of his Star Vipers on the table. Enrique had 4 dice because all he had was his 2 Jedi, and they don't get the extra dice from their upgrades. It's just the base stats. And they still tied the first round of rolling.
Well, they didn't actually tie. Mitch only rolled 6 dice, and then we're like, oh man, it's a tie. And then Mitch was like, wait a second, I got 6 more dice.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. But he just was given dice.
Yeah.
He should have enough.
He wanted to make it exciting.
Well, yeah, I thought something else entirely had happened. Okay. Luminara and Sinker down here in the corner, like, can we go now?
And if anyone's wondering about fortressing rules, it has to be all the ships.
Yes, Ryan is moving 1 or more of his ships, therefore he is not fortressing just because some are staying still.
And Mitch is going to 2-bank, and then he's probably going to barrel roll here. Yep. I tend to play against this list a lot.
Yeah? Over there in the TMK Tuesdays?
Mm-hmm.
In Brian's basement funhouse?
It's in a garage, not a basement.
Uh-huh. The basement is where he keeps the bodies.
There was one time where the cat was scratching at the door, but this cat is so big it sounded like a kid. We thought he was trapping his kid there.
If I didn't know Mitch was going to head to this corner already, I would swear he went up to where the camera barely sees just to tick me off.
What was Ryan Frost's record? Was he 5-1?
That is correct. The only person he lost to was Xavier, who was also in the top 16 today. That matchup had gone on, had happened several times before. They're good friends, and yeah, that's the only thing Ryan's pork has lost to apparently ever. It was Xavier's Boba Gurry list.
Luminara is interesting. She's got no titles, just there for her ability, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
She's pretty good. I'm thinking about running her with Padme and then a Jedi once we know the points. Like hopefully Anakin if it fits.
Hopefully Anakin. That'd be some strong defense modding. Are you really concerned about Padme, or just like?
I've played one test game just to kind of see. I just kind of estimated, and she died like first turn, so I don't really have a good gauge for it.
Some of the guys around here have really thought that she's gonna ruin some stuff.
Well, it really helped versus a lot of the Force users, and especially the double Sith infiltrators, because they're modding so many focuses all the time, every single turn.
I see her ability as, it's good, don't get me wrong, but I'm not too concerned about it until we see, because there's 2 other ships in the game that have kind of like this defensive restriction on defensive mods. Midnight, aka Lockdown, not blowing up the scene, and Magva Yarrow in the Ewing.
Well, the difference between those two is that Padme is self-sufficient with juke, so she's making her ability happen when she's firing, whereas Midnight can't take juke. Magva, you got to depend on the other player to pretty much roll bad because Magva you can only re-roll one. Typically on like 4 dice, you got hit, focus, blank. You're only re-rolling one anyways. So I think that's kind of like the difference. Is you're forcing her ability out. Like normally, if Juke couldn't be on her, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because you're only rolling one focus.
Okay.
But since you're making 2 focus, results happen. It's kind of like a crack shot.
Okay.
But I think her chassis is going to hold her back.
Yeah. It may have the same ability as a defender with that full throttle, but it's not going to live as long as a defender because it's only got 2 agility.
And she's I4, so
It's I4.
she's not going to arc dodge as much.
So I heard you say, because now that you've gotten some dice, which I know you were excited about, that you could, I believe you said, play some fun lists.
Yes.
What are you thinking there, Trevor?
Han Po for the Resistance. That was a Corcella or whatever the
Corcella.
Yeah, where you can like remove all your stress after a blue.
Yeah.
They just released like the rest of the cards because Australia got the wave early. And that card looks really good because you just strap that on the Falcon, run debris. You don't quite care. You just remove all the stress after and still take an action. The other one that seems fun is the GA 97 or whatever it is, where you can have another ship just start wherever after 3 turns. That one seems good because, or that doesn't necessarily seem good, but you put that on Han, so Han starts wherever he wants, and now Poe's going to start wherever he wants. Just seems like fun, and I6s, I like both the style of ships. Other than that, just Republic lists.
All right, so remind me to mute that section of the recording. I don't want the secret of Corcella getting out. Thanks for giving it up so easy there, you jerk. Yeah, I think that Corcella also would be really nifty on a new and improved Death Ray.
Yeah. Ray's good, especially because she comes with 2 force naturally. And I think with the new points like coming out on the 25th, I think, like those are going to be cheaper because they're like the same price as Rebel Falcons.
And they have fewer shields, and they don't get,
they have a
the
worse
Han reroll.
Yeah, they have a worse style.
Mitch, I'm going to take you off my Christmas card list.
Which squadron is Ryan Frost from?
He's a Minoc.
He's a Minoc. Okay. I thought so. I just wasn't sure. Because last year was won by a Minoc, right?
Last year was
Ernesto and Ronald.
Ernesto and Ron.
This would be the first TMK regional champion.
Pretty good for a BattleTech clan.
He's in no rush. He's K-turning. You could turn off the numbers if you want, and then as soon as someone takes damage.
Yeah, I suppose.
Mitch is saying that this spot is his.
He's planted a flag up in that corner.
Yeah.
He says Yavin belongs to me. He's
Gotta
killing
be
me.
careful. The Republic's gonna get their hands on that Death Star. Mitch is crab walking back. I feel like he was just in this position. Sometimes when you look away and then Mitch has completed his moves, you feel like,
What just happened?
what just happened? I'm sure it was legal. I tried this list one time. It didn't go so well. It hurt my head so hard I just gave up on it.
I've got it in my box. I had to borrow dials from our good friend Sam for the second set of Star Vipers, because I've got the models, but I needed dials and tiles. Because the conversion kit only comes with enough for 2. And I did fly it a couple times, and I will fly it again some more. I like it, but it is very much outside my
Saying that fails, I guess
wheelhouse.
there was a little slop there. It failed. But yeah, because you have to have 2 conversion kits.
Yes, each one comes with enough stuff for 2 Star Vipers. And they are not easy to get a hold of. Like off of eBay or something like that.
So Mitch's nice looking fortress got messed up a little bit. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that happen.
Get good at X-Wing, Mitch. Ryan, of course, already has his World's Invite. He has he cut a swath through the Hyperspace qualifier at the Arizona System Open in January, going 5-0, which was all they had the players for.
Wait, so Ryan's already got a...
So already got a World's Invite.
Oh. Does Mitch know that?
Yes, he does.
He does. So Mitch has already got his World Invite.
Yes. But Mitch wants to win it. Mitch is like, I've come this far.
Now, I feel like this time last year when we were at the SoCal regional, there was fortressing involved there. It wasn't necessarily like a fortress such as this, but it was a bunch of bombs and a ghost not moving forever. It seems very familiar.
Yes. Now, if I recall, TMK streamed that one, right?
Yep, and then the Minox took it over.
SoCal's premier Battletech clan.
It's gonna try it again.
My beautiful formation.
Did that time.
Did the Minox take it over, or was it
That was Gordon and D.
Steve?
Well, Steve was doing it, and then Gordon and D came on.
That's right, okay.
So what do you think these torrents are going to do? You think they're going to do Talons and come back?
I think they're trying to bait the Death Star into wasting all its ammo on them. They've spent 20 minutes not fighting. Are they gonna? How much longer are they gonna try and make that work?
Because Mitch could just kill one torrent and hopefully
And then scatter.
Scatter.
Both of these players have the patience to hold off on engaging until they want. So that's my answer. They'll do it when they want to.
Yeah, Mitch is like the most patient player. I never seen him rush a game.
I've played him maybe 3 times. I know I managed to score 1 win off him, but it was close. And the times he's beat me, not so close.
The games where I can beat the quad Star Vipers is like at 1.0 when he was running 4 Star Vipers and Sunny because he could fit. I could beat it when I had a fat turret because I know kind of where about his Star Vipers would be. I don't know any idea where they'd be pointing, but I could just put my ship in one spot and at least I could still shoot at it or ram into one and shoot the other. In 2.0 you can't quite do that. Now he's got push to limit and crack shot.
But no Sunny Bounder.
No Sunny Bounder, but I think that's worth the trade. Your initiative also goes up. So I'm glad this isn't a 2-hour final.
So am I.
And I wonder what Mitch is going to do with that B, Star Viper B, because that rock's right there. But he could just do a bank and then somehow be in still a good position with the barrel roll. My mind doesn't quite grasp that curved barrel roll. It's like flying 4 echoes.
Right? Well, let's not give FFG any ideas.
Oh, he's going to hard turn. What's he going to do now? Just stay there maybe, and then hard turn next turn. Oh, he's going to point towards the ward edge. Yep. We're waiting for butterfly season to start. It's taking quite a while. We are 25 minutes in. Right.
Yeah.
When's this going live on Twitch?
Not Twitch, YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube.
I've already got yesterday's matches uploaded, but they're private, and I'll be getting the rest of them uploaded, and then I will get them tidied up and unlocked as soon as I can tonight.
Cool.
Just and that's really just going to involve naming them so that you can tell which is which. Put them in a playlist. Simple stuff. Because we are a professional X-Wing recording team.
Unlike TMK Clubhouse. Dissing myself.
3 straight, Mitch. 3 straight.
That'd be one way to end the game. With the curved barrel roll, he still probably won't get off the board.
So is that how that works? If you can barrel roll back on? Is that what you mean with that?
Nah.
No? Okay.
I'm just saying,
'Cause, like-
he always finds a way.
Yeah.
With Pattern Analyzer, technically, you could use your action and fly back onto the board. But the unofficial rules committee say you can't. It's not how it's intended. One banks. I guess he's just gonna keep the one banks, no barrels. If this was live, I think this would be on the FFG forums right now. Maybe even Reddit too. I see what Ryan's doing. He's trying to get Mitch to do enough circles to accidentally bump his ships, mess up his formation. Good strategy. So what was your favorite match yesterday that you watched?
Because it looked like they were having so much fun, Ryan versus Xavier is up there. Also, Mike versus Marianne was really interesting, simply because some mind-blowing dice were being rolled. First round we had Ian versus Ryan Farmer, and my next loss, and that's always fun to watch. There was a lot of good matches yesterday. It was funny, I think it was in round 5 or 6 we wanted to watch your match, we wanted to watch Pot Shots, we wanted to watch I think it was Frost's. There's like 4 matches and I couldn't pick.
Yeah, I played Ian Hamp 6 rounds Swiss. Lost on the final shot. Lost on the final shot my last 2 games yesterday. Barely squeaked into the cut.
Ian had a good day yesterday.
Yeah, he said his day started out great. He beat Ryan. Ryan Farmer.
That is always a good way to start the day. Oh, okay.
Oh, he turned the Torrents back.
I've hung out and watched the final matches of several Hyperspace Trials regional stuff like that, and it's always interesting how they can vary in like the tone of the people around. The ones down in San Diego, real quiet, I mean, people are having fun, but kind of serious fun.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they're just having a blast in there right now. Probably having a good chuckle about that poor Mike trying to keep track of all 8 of these ships for 75 minutes without anything going on.
And we're going back in a circle again.
You think they like honk their horn when they drive by? Drive by the arc. Meep meep. So I think what I'll do, if we get any action,
Well, yeah.
is I will put in the comments when the actual match really starts.
What you should do with the numbers is leave them there, hide them, and when he circles back around, see how close they are to where you had them before.
All right. Ryan, I'm going to leave those numbers there. And we'll see what we get.
I told my wife a couple hours ago, oh, we'd be done by 4:30, because hopefully the final match would be a quick one. It don't look like it.
So you flew something tad unorthodox. You flew Vader in a mini swarm,
Yep.
and you did all right with it. So if you weren't you, and you're going to fly something else in a hyperspace trial, say next weekend, what would it be?
If it wasn't me,
Uh-huh.
Rebel Beef. I think it's... he failed. Yeah, he could target lock his own ship. Yeah, it would be Rebel Beef. That's easy. Just take a look at the top 16 here. There was 2 in the top 4. There was 6, I think, overall in the top 16. They all target lock the arc. I think that's the easiest list, really. It has the highest floor. If you're good, you can take advantage. But yeah, Rebel Beef, easiest. I think it's going to get nerfed. The next points change. And Leia's going to go up to 5, 6, and everything else is going to get an increase of one point or so, and end up pricing it all out. Cassian is a lot better than I thought. I haven't really played too much versus Rebel Beef except for like 1 or 2 tabletop simulator games, and then Brian's B-Wings with Biggs. And but so I haven't really had practice against Cassian in combo with the B-Wings, and it's ridiculous. It's like overkill with Leia. It's like imagine when Kane and Crew is in Rebels, like for Hyperspace. You're gonna have that combined too with some of this stuff. Yeah, I went 50-50 my Rebel Beef matchups yesterday. I beat Jeff, who was in top 4 here, and then I lost to Isaiah, and then of course I got the rematch with Isaiah first round. And are you gonna have that one up or no?
Yes, it is. It is. We started a bit late, but we did record it. But we were having technical difficulties, so there's no commentary because we had the mic off trying to figure out what was going wrong. We really wanted to stream today, just wasn't in the cards. We're a professional recording outfit, but amateur streaming outfit. So.
Yeah, in that game, pretty much, Isaiah made some good plays and got rewarded.
Mm-hmm.
He did a 1 talon roll on 10 nub, and I think he just did a red move to bump to get the mod, and I barrel rolled, so he cleared it and ended up getting range 1 shot on my academy. So he 1-shotted that one shotted Hal, then 1-shotted Aiden, all in the same turn. And then like when 3/5 of your list, you move the numbers. And then so like 3/5 of my list was like dead. He played good and got rewarded.
Now they're locked. I can't move them.
And how old is Isaiah? Is he 11?
Maybe.
He's really good now.
He's really good. Yeah, someone needs to stop him. Maybe his dad, Drew, who might be watching. We missed you this weekend, Drew. Maybe you can get Isaiah into another hobby, chess, something I don't play. I don't know.
Yeah, Isaiah was kind enough to
softball,
softball, running or something.
Yes.
Yeah, Isaiah was kind enough to give me his top 8 templates since he already had top 8, and he felt bad about yesterday's dice because the same thing happened. 3 TIE fighters popped in 1 turn, and so that was nice of him. So.
You know, those templates would be a pretty fair trade for that Luke Altard I brought you back from the System Open.
Would it? I don't think it would.
I was just hoping you'd be like, oh, okay. I like those templates.
Yeah. Isaiah's a pretty nice kid.
He is. Maybe girls will distract him and save us all from his reign of terror.
It didn't help us versus Nathan ID. He got older. He still keeps winning.
Yeah. Personally, I think it's that R2D2 toque that Isaiah wears. That's his power source right there.
We got to steal it from him.
Uh-huh. Throw it into the flames of Mount Doom.
Isaiah says his problem is that people actually expect him to win.
They're not fooled by your youth anymore, are they? Ooh.
Oh, now they're going to lock the rock. He really hates that rock. Rock should be worth like 1 point. So, and that's how they can beat the final salvo. Okay, so they introduce 1 random obstacle, so there's 7 out there. And then in situations like these, you have people sniping the rocks and try to get 4, so they win 4v3.
But you just end up. That's what they do for the first couple rounds. They just shoot rocks, and then they fight on an empty map like the Rivco with the mines. It's at the first turn you shoot the mine closest to you. The second turn you do a 5 straight towards the other mines that's close to you. Your opponent's done the same. The third turn, the second mine on each side dies, and now you play a normal game of X-Wing. Except for me, where the mines, when they shoot back, they get a crit or something.
I don't think I've ever won a practice game of that Rivco setup, but I've never lost a tournament game. I won the first year that Brian introduced it, and then I won this year.
I hate those mines so much. Well, I was flying the Decimator, so yeah. What if they? I wasn't dodging whatever they roll.
I remember you had like Vader crew on your Desi, and then Palp.
No, that would never do Vader crew.
You never do Vader crew.
Palp Gunner.
You had Palp Gunner, and you didn't kill the mine
with 2 shots with Palp.
With like only has 2 hull on it.
I remember the other one where I tractor beam your Lock Revenant onto a rock with my Defender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you were salty at that.
Yeah, you beat me that one.
I kind of miss 1.0.
Yeah, I do. I liked running original Han with Poe. It's one of my favorite lists.
I really liked at the end the Reaper with Krennic and Vader and the Inquisitor. I was having a blast with that list.
Mm-hmm. I really liked the Snap Crackle Pop with AP5, 2 A-Wings, 2 X's. I won the store champ with that. That one's a really fun list.
I thought it was just a crack X-Wing Swarm that you won with.
No, it was two A-Wings.
Okay.
With Crack and Snapshot, and then 2 X's with Crack. I'm hoping when Snapshot comes out, I can fit that in with a Resistance version of that with the transport.
I hate these people.
Are you guys awake?
Yeah.
Do you have to zap you?
Well, you know what Mitch is going to do, right? He's going to get center of the board with like 5 minutes left, and he's going to go 4 forward boost, take away one of those, and then win on points. Yeah. But the problem is if Ryan gets half on one of his, it's the same amount of points as one torrent. So then it would go to final salvo.
Alex, you want to tap in for a minute? I'm going to go.
But then
give
Mitch
these
would be
people a
leading
piece of my
final
mind.
salvo because it's what's left.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, it's Alex again. So you think Pot Shot might take a pot shot at the end?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because pretty much so, like Ryan's got 13 dice final salvo, Mitch has got 12. So what's going to happen, I think, is Mitch is going to take a shot at the very last turn to kill a torrent with a couple of his ships. The torrents are going to do half back. There's going to be enough shots to half a Star Viper. That leads it to final salvo because they both would have killed 25, but it's what's left on the board. So Mitch would have taken away 2 of his dice, so then Mitch will be leading 12 versus 11 final salvo.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a 50-50 roughly, right? 11-12.
Yeah, but I'd still rather have 12 dice than 11.
Yeah, I'd take the advantages you get, but that would be pretty epic, though, if he pulls off that pot shot at the end and wins on points somehow. That'd be pretty gnarly. So you think in the last, 5 minutes they're going to stop joking around?
I think so.
It just gets...
Because if they
serious.
just want to go with final salvo, I think they would just say, okay, let's just do final salvo now. Unless Charles is making them play.
I think they're both trying to. There's some mind games going on. In that way. Yeah.
I feel better now. Told them what they're doing to me.
You told them thank you.
Not exactly.
So Mitch target locked those rocks earlier. I didn't even catch that.
Yes. He did miss a barrel roll.
I saw that,
Yes.
and then he just ended up doing a next turn anyways.
And he's back in formation.
Yeah. Mitch knows the Matrix. Like, he's got it down. He knows how to.
All he sees is the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frost has played Swarm consistently the last 3 years since 1.0. He used to play an Academy Swarm with Whisper in 1.0, and he did that similar list, pretty much the same archetype, the Minok Open May Day 2 with it.
Oh, he didn't have Sloan. That's right. He had something else on Whisper.
It was the basic build Whisper with Vader.
With Vader
Yeah.
instead of Sloan, yeah.
And a bunch of Academy pilots, as many as you could fit in. I don't remember exactly. So Frost knows, how to fly in formation. Because a lot of players who fly this list, this Republic, I don't know what people call it, list.
It's
but
Republic Pork.
Republic
right?
Pork.
Pork.
What Frost has told me is that after 3-4 rounds, a lot of players won't know what to do. So if you kind of fly around them and make them move their formation around,
Yeah.
a lot of players don't have the skill to keep their formation and set up that right engagement. Unlike these two players were very skilled
Yeah.
at getting that right engagement on.
It's like how Mitch sets up those rocks along the corner there, and he just goes back and forth. A lot of players, he'll do that 2 times, and the players will just be impatient.
Yeah.
And they'll engage Mitch on his terms. And that's where a lot of his wins come from.
Yeah. I'm assuming the gas clouds are Mitch's?
No, they're Ryan's.
Oh, they're
Mitch,
Ryan's.
Mitch brings the rocks.
Okay. Yeah, the gas.
Ryan showing us things we're never going to get used in this game. This is the damage deck. Some games, you pull a card when you get shot at. This is a dice that you use when you shoot at people. Not in this game, but, sometimes.
Yeah, this game's like a filibuster at this point. They'll start reading the rule book soon.
Who can bore themselves the most? So you won't even have to move those numbers in a minute.
If you keep the numbers there, eventually they'll find the
Yeah.
ships will go right back in that spot, right?
Yeah. How many dogs do you see in this picture?
2? 3?
2.
Oh crap! I thought that was a dog up there.
That is a dog right there.
No,
Up there now. Her dog always does that when she just sticks her nose out.
It's their sensor probe.
So the title of this video will be Nail Biter into Final Salva, something like that.
It'll be totally not fortressing the miniatures game.
Yeah.
I think the title will just be fast forward to 73 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of players are impatient. Like they'll just go straight after, and yeah.
I am not the patient.
Yeah.
I would have been all up in Mitch's business.
Well,
and
you brought-
probably die and
You brought plastic toy spaceships to play with
to play
plastic
with them.
toys.
Not just
Yeah.
Well, they are playing with them. Just
They're not making pew pew noises. What's the
Yeah,
point of playing with
yeah.
them?
no dice were used in the.
No dice were used.
no ships were harmed in the filming
Ship
of
the
this
ship.
video.
You should put that disclaimer.
There's your title right there. Yeah. I'm sure Mitch does the same, but at Shuffle and Cut, Ryan will fly like this and make you engage.
Oh,
on these
yeah.
terms. Sometimes you have to wait till turn 6 or 7 or whatever to get shots fired.
Well, they're doing really good. They got a lot of turns in this game. I must say, that's probably a record for this trial. They've done at least like 10 laps. Uh-oh, a bump.
Bumped?
How did he
Oh,
bump?
will he be able to go back into formation?
Uh-oh.
Looks like Mitch made a miscalculation here.
See, I told you this was Ryan's strategy. Bore him to death until he like accidentally messes up his barrels. He's just gonna go 2 straights, and then bank, and then be back in formation.
Although they will be slightly off.
Slightly
yeah,
off.
but I'm sure it's not going to be
Nothing a
big
little
deal.
table bump can't fix.
Yeah. So you think about 10 minutes, that's when they maybe start getting serious. Afraid
Maybe.
someone's going to do a pot shot.
That's a little risky.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Look at that. They went back to to your numbers right there.
I was gonna say maybe they don't know the match actually started.
They're just revving up their engines.
Just like I'm practicing my maneuvers. That's what they say on all the podcasts.
They're playing that maneuver template game.
Oh, man.
I think it's whoever's like, all right, you get the trophy. Trying to wait them out.
Well, Frost does play the Ghost a lot, so he likes the Ghost trophy. So
Yeah.
I think that's his motivation to win this match.
Because, yeah, he already has an invite, so.
Yes, they both have invites.
And they both got the top 2 cards, so.
Yeah, but Frost really wants that Ghost trophy.
So he's bumping himself again on purpose to probably line himself back up.
Yes, that's
See, now he's back to line up a little bit.
hey, I don't think that's official there. Oh wait, no, he just said straight. Okay.
Yeah.
Deegan watching in amazement.
That's that might be the proper adjective. Well, the Styx Regional is going to get some attention for this, if nothing else. We got a fairly young man making the top seed yesterday, and we've
Yes.
got this calamity of a match going on for the final,
And it's not a Rebel Beef
and no
or
rebel,
Ticehorn.
no rebel beef. Yeah.
Now, Mitch Rapp played Dallas Parker yesterday. Was their game kind of cagey like this, where they didn't engage?
No, they engaged. Mitch won, I believe, and then Mitch also beat Ian Hamp. So he beat both Ticehorns.
That's interesting.
The big thing is Mitch can line up his crack shot with the curved barrels and make it so they can't get their crack shots off.
And I think a lot of people still aren't used to the barrel rolls of the
The Star
Star Viper.
Oh, yeah.
I was about to say Guri, but that wouldn't be accurate. That still throws a lot of people off.
Yeah. It's not too bad when you have one on the table. When you have 4,
Yeah.
It really starts hurting your brain.
I wanted to get Mitch on stream all weekend long.
Well, maybe someday it'll happen.
And this is the one that I get him on stream.
I want to know if that 2-hour final thing is it still, because I want to extend this.
I really don't want to know.
Well, it used to be unlimited.
Yeah, it used to be unlimited.
I believe there was a store champ final game that went like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, Joe Desmond.
3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Kazoon tight. Yeah. And that's why they limited it to 2 hours. Oh man, I'm trying to remember. Oh, is that current?
Should I put? It's current. This is the new one. Douglas for Charles.
So Mitch Rabb target locking Ryan Frost, objecting because he did not check the range. So do you picture them actually doing what Trevor talked about, one of them taking a pot shot at the end?
I believe so. I think Mitch has actually done that in the past. If he can line it up where he can dart across the map and get half or a kill.
He's increasing the time.
Huh?
He's increasing the time.
He's increasing it?
Yeah.
All right, so for those of you at home who are yelling at the monitor saying, no, the final round is not 75 minutes, it's 2 hours, 120 minutes, you're right. And I don't like you very much, because while you can fast forward to through the additional 45 minutes I'm going to have to add onto the timer here, I have to live it. So I'm going to wait for the Marshal Charles to come over and give me a time hack, and then I will fix the clock. I wish this game store had a bar.
Want me to go get you a drink, though? You want Dr. Pepper or something?
No, thanks.
You sure? I want to get one.
Yeah, I had actually a big monster, but thanks. All right, so we got a handshake. I don't know what it means.
Oh, I'll go check the time for you, too.
I'll just PM him.
Okay.
Marshall. Our Marshall's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna pause this because nothing's happening. As a joke, of course.
Here we go again.
Here, I'll look on the.
You're welcome.
We're finally gonna play. Ruin it for yourself.
He hasn't changed the time up there yet.
Oh. Pay no attention to the clock right now. So hi. Hopefully you didn't actually sit through that. I took a nap. Looks like our players have decided to play some X-Wing and are approaching each other.
We want to turn off the random text thing too. Alright, so the Torrance to the one bank. Star Viper's got to guess whether he went slow or fast. They may actually have 2 turns of combat here, depending on how fast they roll dice and move ships. Again, Mitch is trying to only lose half on a Star Viper and eliminate 1 Torrent, so it's 25-25, and they're going final salvo with Mitch in the lead of 12-11, since Ryan will have 11 dice if a Torrent leaves the table. Or if Mitch can just not lose half and win, or if Mitch loses 1 and Ryan loses a ship, then Ryan wins. So I would say this has kind of been leading up to both their strategies here. Ryan would just like the final salvo that has better odds, and Mitch would like this setup here. So Mitch has been patient, and we'll see if he gets rewarded.
So do you think there might be any repercussions of this kind of thing happening? You know, F-50 maybe addressing it's everything that has happened has been within the rules. I'm not going to ever say otherwise. But do you think F-50 might look at it and say maybe we can change something?
Wait, what just happened? He dialed in the wrong 3 bank. What? Are you kidding me? That was the... That wasn't a joke? That was... Alright, so... Mitch's ultimate strategy here was to wear down Ryan for him to dial in the wrong 3 bank maneuver, which makes it so... So Mitch's odds of winning this game is pretty high here now. Everyone's pretty laughing but crying on the inside that we've just wasted all that time for a 3 pink arc off the board. Mitch has got a... I think he's debating on barrel rolling. I would, if I was him, I gotta be kind of quiet. I would just barrel roll, stay at an arc. You just won the game. Don't take a shot. Slow play, but not really slow play. Like, consider your decisions. And maybe time will run out. I don't know.
What even is this?
Will not a single die be rolled in this final? Not even final salvo. All right, I like this because by the time combat finishes, if that one Star Viper's in range, it'll be game over. So, because he's not going to be able to half with the 2 dice ship and only 1 ship in range. Do you see any win condition for Ryan now?
No.
No.
I mean, unless there's just some amazing set of rolls.
You want to move your numbers one last time?
Oh, there she is. Joining the formation, using her force for fun. As long as the arc is still sitting there.
So A is going to fire at, looks like only 1 Torrance in range, which is ideal.
So Mitch doesn't spend his focus on offense.
Yeah, I don't think you
What
would.
are those red things for that he just dropped on the table?
What are they doing? They're throwing stuff on the table. Alright, so he's going to take 1 damage. Okay. 3 damage is half on a torrent, so.
Number 1.
Yeah. Looks like D has range to 2 torrents, maybe 3.
That's right. Maybe they are my guests.
Here, when I go home, I got to get this up fast so that all the podcasts can talk about it.
I think that's natty 3s. 3 Vades, maybe? It takes a card. Alright, spends a focus on that guy. Is he going to kill it? Alright, so he wanted to spend that focus, make sure he got half. Because I think that secures the victory because of the arc going across the board.
Ark probably wanted to leave for a really long time. I know I did.
He was pressing on the brake for so long, and he let go. He thought he needed to press on the gas. Wrong direction, though. So he takes damage onto the Star Viper.
When you shake hands in a match like this, do you say good game? I mean, you're looking each other right in the eyes. You gonna lie? All right, well.
And Mitch is the 2019 Hyperspace Trial Champion.
Yes, and congratulations to him. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you didn't watch this thing all the way through. And good night.